Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Watch. I'm Lester McKee. Tonight's top story comes from Kansas City, Missouri, where our own Mike Kaminskis is our World Series insider. Mike, what's the vibe out there?
Thanks, McKee. So I'm out here outside Kauffman Stadium where the Kansas City Royals and the New York Mets are about to get ready for Media Day. They got to face the journalists before they get into the baseball. So right now, the energy is ecstatic right now. You can tell these fans are excited. Some are calling these guys the Redeem Team. You know, last year they did lose to the San Francisco Giants in the World Series, but they really think that this is their year. And on the other side of things, you have the New York Mets, who may be the hottest team in baseball right now. The bats have been on fire. The pitching's been on fire. And the pitching is definitely one thing to definitely look for in this upcoming matchup. So last series, the Mets pitched Matt Harvey, Noah Syndergaard, Jacob deGrom, and Steven Matz. And in the rotation, and in the bullpen, they moved Bartolo Colon, which was a big move for them. Tyler Clippard also out of the bullpen, and the closer, Jeurys Familia, the big guy, coming in to end the games. So this strong pitching lineup only gave up 2 runs per game. An incredible stat against bats in the playoffs, the Dodgers and the Cubs. So pretty crazy right there. Matt Harvey will take the mound in Game 1 for the Mets. Now, what's very interesting is the fact that the Royals haven't named a Game 1 starter yet. This is one of the things we're really looking forward to later on when Coach Ned Yost is going to speak at his press conference. So the last time these two teams won the World Series, for the Mets, it was in '86, and the Royals in '85. So it's been almost 30 years, and I think the excitement's really starting to build up.
So, Mike, it seems that we're in for some great baseball. Who do you see being the big difference maker in the series?
Now, Daniel Murphy has been on fire for the Mets. He has had the hot bat. He's someone we're looking forward to hearing a lot more from, too, later on at the press conference. He's a very vocal guy. We always talk about how he's talking to the home plate umpires. One of the only few who really does that nowadays when he's actually not complaining. But Murphy has been the one, 6 home runs in 6 straight games. Incredible right there. And like I said, he's got to get through the media before he gets to these opposing pitchers. And with Sports Watch, I'm Mike Kaminskis.
Thanks, Mike. We'll have more coverage of the World Series Media Day later on today. But first, we'll take a quick break and then head over to meteorologist Wayne Wilkins to see what the weather is looking like for October baseball. Stay with us. Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Watch. I'm Lester McKee. Tonight's top story comes from Kansas City, Missouri, where our own Mike Kaminskis is our World Series insider. Mike, what's the vibe out there today?
Thanks, McKee. I'm here outside Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, where teams, players, and media are all gearing up for the Media Day for the World Series that kicks off tomorrow night. So the energy in this town is ecstatic. Everyone is excited about this. The Royals, you know, last year they did lose to the San Francisco Giants, heartbreaking World Series loss. But some are calling this team the Redeem Team, and I'm sure there'll be a few questions about that, what they're going to do a little bit different this year coming on later on. Now, on the other side of things, the New York Mets are possibly the hottest team in baseball right now. They have the bats going, they have the pitching going, and that pitching is going to be something we're really going to look forward to going into this series. Last series, the Mets pitched Matt Harvey, Noah Syndergaard, Jacob deGrom, and Steven Matz in that last game. That was the rotation, and in the bullpen, and moved Bartolo Colon from the rotation to the bullpen. It was paid off for them in the long run. And then they had Tyler Clippard as the setup man, and Jeurys Familia, the intimidating big righty, throwing hard off the bench in the 9th inning. And this pitching squad only surrendered 2 runs per game, an incredible feat in the playoffs, especially against a team like the Chicago Cubs, who has a Rookie of the Year candidate and possibly the Manager of the Year. And one thing going forward for this game is the Mets have named Matt Harvey as the first pitcher for Game 1, but the Royals have not yet named a starter. This is something that we're looking to see if Coach Ned Yost will announce later on at the press conference. And the last time these two teams were in the World Series, or each team was in the World Series, excuse me, the Mets in 1986 and the Royals in 1985. So it's been 30 years, McKee. It's been a while for these guys.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So, Mike, it seems that we're in for some great baseball. Who do you see being the big difference maker in the series?
Now, Daniel Murphy has been a standout right now for the Mets. He's been in that 3 spot. A very vocal player, so we're really excited to see what he's going to come out with later on We see him talking to the umpires all the time. Hopefully we can get some stuff out of him in the interviews. But he has 6 home runs in 6 straight games. He's the first Met ever to accomplish that feat, and not many people have ever done that before. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him at the press conference and at the game later, McKee. Reporting live from Kansas City, I'm Mike Kaminskis.
Well, thanks, Mike. We'll have more coverage of World Series Media Day later on today, but first we'll take a quick break and then head over to meteorologist Wayne Wilkins to see what the weather is looking like for October baseball. Stay with us. Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Watch. I'm Lester McKee. Tonight's top story comes from Kansas City, Missouri, where our own Mike Kaminskis is our World Series insider. Mike, what's the vibe out there?
Well, thanks, McKee. I'm here outside Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City getting ready for Media Day, where players, coaches, and the media all come together one day to have a little bit of fun before things really start to heat up with some baseball tomorrow night. And we have it's electric in this town right now. You can feel the energy all over the place. Now, last year, the Royals did lose to the San Francisco Giants. It was a heartbreaking loss, but some people are actually calling this team the Redeem Team. A lot of excitement there. They think that this is their year. But on the other side of things, the New York Mets, well, they think it's their year too. They might be the hottest team in baseball right now. The bats are working for them, and so is the pitching. Pitching is one thing we're really looking forward to in this series. Last series they went with Matt Harvey, Noah Syndergaard, Jacob deGrom, and Steven Matz all in the rotation. And an interesting move that they made was they moved Bartolo Colon from the rotation to the bullpen. Then they would come in with Tyler Clippard as the setup 7th and 8th inning man, and also Jeurys Familia, the big man, coming in to close the games, actually filling in for the injured closer this year. And one interesting thing going into this game is that Matt Harvey will get the nod for the Mets in Game 1, but the Royals have not yet named a manager or a starting pitcher yet for Game 1. We're hoping that this is something that is addressed later by Ned Yost at the Media Day press conference. Now, the last time these two teams they won the World Series was in 1985 for the Royals, and then the next year was the Mets year in 1986. So they're getting pretty hungry for a World Series title, and McKee, who knows who's going to get this one?
Yeah, I agree. So, Mike, it seems that we're in for some great baseball. Who do you see being the big difference maker in the series this year?
For me, the biggest difference maker is by far Daniel Murphy. The guy has 6 home runs in 6 games. Huge feat for him right there. He's got Curtis Granderson and David Wright hitting in front of him, so that's helping him out a lot because he's getting runners on base, and the guy is just unstoppable. I mean, he's a very vocal player, so I know at Media Day here in Kansas City, we are all extremely excited to hear what he's got to tell us because we know he loves to talk to the umpires, and we'll see what we can get out of him too. But it's going to be an exciting one. So back to you guys. We'll have more coverage of that later on at the 6 o'clock show, so stay tuned.
Thanks, Mike. We'll have more coverage of World Series Media Day later on today. But first, we'll take a quick break and then head over to the meteorologist Wayne Wilkins to see what the weather is looking like for October baseball. Stay with us.